I went to LA and found three people to sponsor it. Both Epic Games, Houdini.
Met a drunk guy from EA that was kind of a douchebag.
I forgot about that.
Not to
Yeah.
point fingers. I just wanted to mention that to everybody.
Interesting.
Like, I want to mention stuff that EA fucks up on.
The
so.
weekend at Fortnite, I know I keep looking at the camera. The weekend at
was cool.
Fortnite
Yeah.
was announced. I was in the building. I shouldn't say announced, released. And it was an
Oh, shit,
Unreal
I
Engine.
didn't know this.
You know that? Seagraph.
No.
Seagraph 2017.
Wait, they announced
They released it on
their
Friday.
position you met?
They
Yeah.
released it on Friday, and I was there on Saturday night for their Seagraph convention in downtown LA.
Wow.
And-
for one of the biggest game, the biggest.
Yeah,
not one,
yeah, I had
the
no
biggest.
idea it was
Yeah.
going to become the most famous game in the world at the time. Instead, I remember being there, and they're talking about Unreal Engine and all this stuff, and then they spent so long on this stupid cartoon game I couldn't care about, couldn't care
It
less
was just
about.
like Fortnite.
And that was Fortnite.
That was Fortnite.
So, and it was like there's a storm and stuff, and I didn't give a damn. And I remember they had In-N-Out
go.
Burger. Oh, and then I went and I met Tim Sweeney, the creator of Unreal Engine,
And
the
CEO.
owner of Epic
CEO
Games,
of
a
it,
billionaire. And I met him, and it was just one of those. It's like all these weird coincidences. You know, he was on the stage. It was a big theater, a lot of people in it, maybe like 600-700 people in it. So in this theater, I was walking back from the bathroom, and in my direction, walking towards me in this kind of narrow hall, was of course Tim Sweeney
Right.
by himself. So that was that moment where you're extremely nervous, and you have 3 seconds to do something about it. And at the time, I developed a philosophy, which is there are 3 types of decisions you can always make: the right decision, the wrong decision, and no decision. You tell me which one of those decisions is the worst decision to make.
No decision.
No decision is the
No.
worst decision to make.
Mhm.
It's better to make an ass out of yourself and a fool out of yourself and completely ruin everything than it is to sit by the sidelines and do nothing. It really
Based on
is.
some of the people I've met in this industry, not particularly true, but sure, we'll play along.
Well, okay.
I know what
So-
you mean. I know what you mean. It's always
so-
better to just step out of your comfort zone and do something.
It's
Yeah.
it's critically better. And so in 3
Mhm.
seconds, hi Tim, my name's Connor. I use Unreal Engine. I want to thank you for whatever. I introduced myself, and then we were talking, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I remember asking him. I said, "What advice would you give for me?" You know, I said, I'm doing this game jam. I'm pitching this certain game to CBS right now, and he said, hire great people. He said, they're out there. It may not seem like it, but they're out there. Hire good people. So I thought that was interesting. So that's what he told me. And I got a picture with him. And then I left, and then I did the game jam. The game jam was really successful. We did it in downtown Vegas. And then I kind of became known as the game guy. And then NAB show, this huge convention out here that gets 100,000 people show up. It's the largest entertainment convention actually in North America, called the Broadcasters National Association of Broadcasters.
Yeah.
It's the entire convention center. Sony, everybody, Microsoft, they're all there.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Game people don't
I
know of it really, but
no. Like, I know tons of people like that you don't even know that go to this.
oh
thing.
really?
Like,
Okay, yeah. I had never heard of it.
My friend, like one of my camera guys, like he goes all the time. Like he loves it.
I never heard of it, but they reach out to me, and they're like, "Hey, this game jam thing's really interesting. We were trying to get into esports. What could you do?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not really an esports person, but I can get a lot of games in there, and we can kind of make like our own mini E3 kind of thing." And it didn't end up being that, but we made something called the Game Developers Gallery. And I organized as a multi-company exhibit, 4 companies, all local. My company, which is literally me and a laptop, but hey, I'm branding it different, and it's just me hustling the entire time. Dotware Games, and then it's 2 VR companies and a mobile games company. All people I know who I trust, and I brought them in. We made this multi-company exhibit, and we made it like an attraction. And I did really different stuff. Like I got a step and repeat with all the company names on it. A sign that says "Take a photo with the developer." Like I consciously made. I signed autographs with the poster for my game. Oh, I didn't even get to the game. I at that point I had announced my game and been working on it for quite a while, probably 7 months at this point. Called Akhenaten Rule as Pharaoh. Akhenaten Rule as Pharaoh, and coming 2017, no 2018, no 2020 is what it ended up being. I think so because it's still in development. But yeah, so then walking to this convention center with a piece of convention real estate that would cost most companies $100,000, knowing that you negotiated it for nothing, and seeing a giant Dotware Games banner above it, and just being like, okay, maybe I have a knack for this business thing. And that's important because the artist in me needs to have somebody who has his back. The artist in me needs to have his art seen. And so I've been making critically important business moves. And then after that super successful event, I found out there's another convention here called Level Up. So then that was 2 weeks later. I'm like, all right, I'm on tour. So then I called them, and then I ended up getting the biggest exhibit space for the company Dotware Games there. And made it into a cool VR attraction. People can play the demo of the Egypt game.
You did that at NB too.
Yeah. And
that was like the grab. You were so smart.
Thing.
That was like, oh shit, VR. I'm gonna go try it. That's what like everyone came into our convention. Like it was like that was the eye candy. And then they got to see like all the other games because we literally had a city builder game, which was yours, then VR, and then mobile.
Yeah.
Like we literally had like all those categories.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So.
And the hardest category for people at a convention to actually get into is mine, the city building.
No, right.
It's so I'm
For
able
sure.
to leverage all of their attraction. VR is getting lines and stuff. My computers are just so while people are waiting in line, let's try this one out. But yeah, the other thing is like just reinventing the wheel, I guess, in a way, going like, well, nobody wants just a table with, hey, let's talk about our game. Come over here. Would you like to?
Get away, you pussy.
And we'll talk about it. I'm like, no, make it like a ride.
Right.
Like people get in line for. So that's what it is. And so
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.